Welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Welcome back in. Welcome. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here again. Joshua was first. Thank you, Joshua, for being here. We see you. We appreciate you coming back. Hey, Harlem girl. Hey, everybody in the chat. If you have not already hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. And here. Hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already subscribed. We got a few things to talk about. All right. Give me a few seconds. Go ahead and hit the like. Happy Friday, y'all. Hi, everybody. We are putting the link in the chat. We are putting the link in the chat if you guys want to come up and talk. Feel free to do that tonight. We're having an open forum, so it's all good. I am putting the link in the chat right now. There we go.
The 38-year-old welcomed us.
All right, y'all. Hey, Cherry. Hey, girl. Hey, welcome back. Thank you for being here. So we're going to talk about a couple of things tonight, have a little fun, and there is going to be a giveaway tonight. We are keeping track, and we're just going to pull names. So Joshua has 2 actual entries. Cherry's here. If you hear, say hi to me so you can be entered into the cash giveaway tonight. All right, so I hope all of y'all have had a good week. It's been a long week over here, plus juggling my grandson and all that stuff. So, and trying to see my hey, oh Duke. Hey Duke, I don't want to mess your name up, but welcome here. We appreciate you being here tonight. If you have not already subscribed, go ahead and feel free to subscribe. You are welcome. And also, you guys become a member to this channel. Hey, beauty is me. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Y'all come on in then. Let's talk about it. So what's going to be first? I did want to say that I saw Toni Braxton's happy anniversary to Bird. I don't listen. She didn't put Birdman. She showed her ring and her little bouquet. She said happy anniversary. Now we know that we heard she was suing him for a nice amount of money, but the happy anniversary was there. So if she's made amends and they're good for them. Good for them. I just interviewed Toni Braxton's cousin, as a matter of fact, last night. So, yeah. His name is K Rock the singer. So I guess they're just all musically inclined. So anyway, shout out to Toni Braxton. Do you, girl? Do you? Also, Malcolm Jamal Warner's mom has come out and spoken since his death. And she said that it was so sweet that she was just thankful, just glad that he chose her for it to be his mom. And so shout out to his mom. I know she's still struggling with that. His own entire family is struggling with that. So wanted to get that out the way. Okay. So let's start out with if anybody again wants to come up and talk on the chat in the chat or chat, come on the stage and talk with me, talk with us, then you're welcome to do that. The link is in the chat. I'm trying to get that out. It feels like a little delay over here on my side for some reason. I don't know why. So if it's delayed, I'm sorry. I want to talk about Shannon Sharp in Ocho Cinco's their lawsuit that was put against them for $20 million by a lady who said that she was at an Usher concert and they were making like on the podcast, I guess, making fun of or saying things that they didn't know, right? That they didn't get information on, saying that, wonder what her husband was going to say and with about the divorce papers and all that. She was never married. There was no divorce papers. And so, anyway, she filed a lawsuit for $20 million. But yet, federal court dismisses $20 million defamation case against Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson. A $20 million defamation lawsuit filed by Chicago woman Jamelita Timlin against Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson and their podcast team has been dismissed in a federal court. The suit stemmed from an April podcast episode where Tillman was allegedly mischaracterized as being married and divorcing after a viral Usher concert moment, which she says was false and damaging. Tillman expressed satisfaction with resolving the matter, emphasizing a desire to move forward and recognizing both her and Sharp's community contributions. So, what we know is Jim Alita filed the lawsuit on April the 24th against Shannon Sharp, his media company, and Ocho Cinco, also known as Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, and their producer. The case was alleged liable and defamation was moved to federal court in Chicago. The case has been dismissed, though further details have not been released. So the backstory is the lawsuit stemmed from April the 12th episode of Sharp and Johnson's podcast, Nightcap, in which the former athletes allegedly claimed that Tillman was married and going through a divorce following her viral moment at an Usher concert in London. And Usher was all in her face, like it was a moment, right? And the implication, according to the complaint, was that Tillman contributed to the breakup. Tillman maintained she was neither married nor in a relationship at that time. She said she attempted to contact the podcast host and their company to correct the record, but received no acknowledgement or retraction. So basically, she was reaching out, take it down, say sorry, do something. They did not respond. So Tillman also added that the incident negatively impacted her personal and professional life, including her role as director at the Harold Washington Cultural Center and her work in homeschooling. So basically, what we're thinking, so the case has been dismissed and it's not telling us any details as far as is it dismissed and they became to an agreement, because she seems pretty like calm now and we want to recognize his work in the community as well as mine. We just don't know what that settlement was. But as for Shannon Sharp, he should be so overly overjoyed, overexcited that this has gotten thrown out, because that's $20 million, more $1 million on top of what he had to settle with prior to this. And he has another lawsuit that he has to fight. So that's Chad. And that's Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson and Shannon Sharp. The lawsuit has been dismissed. So let's move on. I want to move on to, and I'm going to share my screen. I hope that you guys can see it. But I want to talk about LA Reid's lawsuit and what's going on over there. So we can't forget that he has a lawsuit pending that is going to be, trial begins in New York on September the 8th, almost just a month from today. Excuse me. He is going to trial. So his former executive, A&R executive, Drew Dixon, she's claiming that LA Reid actual harassed her, and that he also, she's saying that he also blocked her commission. Let me get this. There we go. Hey, Harlem.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good, good. So, Ella Reid and so anyway, this Drew Dixon, who is or was the A&R executive over at Arista Records, saying that not only did he harass her, but he also blocked her from some large commission because she was trying to bring on Kanye West and John Legend before they were who they were. So she's looking at it like he blocked after she denied or refused his essay advances. Then he started blocking her funds, and that could have been a lot of money. As you know, Kanye is who he is, John Legend is who he is, and so they did really well. But he blocked her from hiring them on. At Kanye West, at he didn't even show up for John Legend's audition. And for Kanye West, I can't remember what happened there, but either way, she's claiming that that he blocked her money and also harassed her. So all that would be, and so what? So L.A. Reid responded to that. L.A. Reid was like, "Well, whatever you're doing, just know that the Ye and the or Ye, whatever you call him, and the John Legend is outside of the statute of limitations, and so that it cannot be brought." Well, judge came in today, Judge Janetta. Ooh, I don't know her last name, but yesterday she said that Drew Dixon can move forward with those claims as well. So not only the SA, but also for blocking her for commission. Now, there are some rules and laws around that commission, but she said for the time being, she can go ahead and move forward with those claims until further notice. So she is doing that. And also, if you guys don't know, Drew Dixon is also on the SA trial with several women against Russell Simmons as well. So she's a part of that essay as well. Anything you got, Harlem?
No, that's what I was going to say, that she was the one that accused Russell Simmons too.
Yeah, and so which Russell Simmons did come out and say that they are all lies, of course, and denying every allegation against him. So September the 8th, LA Reid will be in court. That's when the trial will begin on these sexual harassment charges, as well as she's going to find out if she can move forward with regaining some of that compensation from the loss of Kanye West and John Legend. And note, just to note, John Legend nor Kanye West has done anything wrong in this particular situation. So there's nothing against them. They were just two artists that became big artists that she tried to bring on in the beginning, and he blocked it. So that's L.A. Reid. So you guys, let me see if I can pull this one up. I'm going to try to share my screen. I have a fly that came in and oh, that's bugging me. Share screen. So I don't know if this is going to work. But oh, my emails, Lordy. Let's see. Well, all right. Can y'all see that or no? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's your email, right?
Well, you're not seeing I'll be sure on there?
Let me.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
And that's not working. Let me get back to my email and get that off of there. Oh gosh. All my stuff on there. It's not working. But anyway, we can just still talk about it. For some reason, it's not allowing me to bring it up over here. It's still on there. Oh my gosh. All right, we got it off. Anyway, so Albie Shore he did this memoir and it has been recalled. So the name of it. Let me see. Um, he is in dispute with Simon and Schuster. I can't pronounce that over the Diddy allegations. So you know that Albie Shore has been going back and forth about Diddy and Kim Porter and all those things, all those allegations, all that stuff they're arguing about, and they are. I guess I got it off. They are now stopping the memoir from coming out. I just want to get you guys I want to feel the temperature here. Do y'all feel like they're calling Albie Shore a liar, that everything that he's talking about is null and void? Do we believe anything that Albie Shore is saying here? Or do you think that he is just trying to get clout and be relevant again? What's your thoughts around that?
So, see, all of it started the other day. Albie Shore posted something and then he took it down. He posted a email that was supposed to be between somebody from Bad Boy and somebody at some publishing company or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came down and it was saying something about um squashing stories about Kim Porter and stories about what may have happened with her to squash those stories. And it was supposed to be somebody from Bad Boy that was sending it.
Really?
And once that came out and he took it down, then this came out that they were gonna pull his book.
See, and they're publishers, I believe, and I think this is who that he was in dispute with about it, right? And so whatever that post was about, hey Claudette, welcome back. Whatever that post was about, is stopping his memoir from coming out. So I don't really know what Albie Shore. I just don't know about him. I don't know what's going on with him. I know that he does not like Diddy. He does not like they have this vendetta against each other, or he does against him. And I just don't know if what he's saying is true, or is this something just to, like I said, get clout because he's not relevant anymore? I don't know. But again, they have blocked him. I was reading it. Oh, so did you see the whole thing? Beauty is me. She said somebody screen recorded it. I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I couldn't find it because I should have screenshotted it from him because he has a tendency to post things and take things down.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll be sure.
Yeah, I'll be sure.
And
He
here,
posts stuff and then he takes it down. Like he leaves it up for a little while and he'll
yeah.
take it down.
But my
And
thing is, why you
I want
taking
to, why he taking it down? I don't know, but
it?
I want to say I want to believe him to a degree, but then I want to say that I think that he be over exaggerating with things.
Yeah, he could be massaging the story. I mean, there are some things that that he does know. Beauty says she'll send it to us. Thank you. But that he does know. But I just think that he goes overboard. And because for me, I mean, if it's your truth, if that's what the truth is, why are you taking it down? Or is that just his MO to do that? I don't know. Maybe there's just no reason why he takes it down. He just leaves it up. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
But like I say, I want to believe him to agree to a degree. But
yeah,
then I just think that, it's some things he's over exaggerating. In all honesty, he should, whatever he knows, whatever it is, he should be quiet and just move in silence. You know
exactly.
that that's causing a strain on his relationship with his son, I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah, yeah. Because they were already in a position, right? They were already having issues. He did say that he talked to his dad, but now it's just the more he talks, I think the more it's causing a hardship between the two. So I don't know. I'll wait for Beauty to send it to me. I do want to see it to see what was posted since they got it. I want to see what it's talking about. So anyway, that's I'll be sure. We will continue to follow that and see what's going on with that. But let's talk about P. Diddy, his attorneys, and his possibly getting out and performing at uh what is it? In
Madison Square Garden.
Garden. I can't even remember that. Let's talk about that because first of all, we reported that Westmore had an interview. And during the interview, they asked the question, did, have the team been in touch with Donald Trump to talk about getting a pardon? She confirms on that interview that been um they have in fact been in touch with Donald Trump's administration and about this pardon for Diddy. Couple days later, Agnifilio comes out and he does a whole interview. Well, first, wait a minute. First, they say that they confirmed that like Westmoreland was not telling the truth. Like, I don't know that I believe that or not. I don't believe that I don't know that I believe that they hadn't been in touch with him, that she just would blatantly say, yes, the team has been in touch with his administration. Like, is that a secret? Or why are they saying that she's not telling the truth about that? That's first. Second of all, then they come out, Mark comes out and he does an interview and he said that he did talk to Puff about it. And, but he has nothing to do with it. They don't have anything to do with this pardon request. But he talked to Puff. Puff was like, "Go tell him I need I need this pardon. Like I'm worthy of this pardon." And that's pretty much all he said. But Mark is standing 10 toes down that Diddy is going to get out. He's going to get out. He's going to be back with his family. He's going to be reunited with his family. They then talked about, and then we can all talk about this. They then talked about also their strategy, right, for October the 3rd. And he said that's really what he's been focusing on. He did tell Diddy that these type of charges carries about 2 to 3 years, but he said they're going to have to go in fighting. And the reason I think he knows that is because this judge is a tough judge. He's going to have a strong strategy because he's been up against this judge. And I feel like, if I'm being honest, that Mark he has fought a good fight. And I feel like that when he presented those requests to be released, I was like, whoa, he came with it, right? Like they were very convincing and had relevant reasons for why Diddy should get out. Um, and then the judge is just sticking to the rules, sticking to policies that he's not. So in his interview, he did say, we're concentrating on our strategy and we're going to have to be, we're going to have to go hard basically for this request. So I think that, when you look across YouTube, you look across news stations, there's kind of some different opinions. One is that Diddy will probably, if he can just hold off to October 3rd, like Claudette is saying, just wait till October 3rd, then he'll probably get a tap on his wrist and he will maybe and possibly highly get time served. Other people are saying no, he probably will get about a year or two. And then others are saying no, like Tisa Tells and them are saying allegedly that they're seeking the 20 years. He will that judge is going to lay it on him and give him the 20 years. Do I believe that he'll get the 20 years? I don't think he'll get 20 years. I don't think that. But I just know it now, seeing how the judge moves and shakes, I think that he's not going to get time served either. What do you think, Harlem?
So I think he's going to get some time, but word on the curb is that there's division amongst the lawyers right now.
That's what we're hearing. Yes.
Shapiro, the appeals lawyer, she was on I think it's Law and Crime YouTube with Jeff Weber, I think it is. She did not talk of a pardon. Agnifilio is not talking about a pardon.
No.
Westmoreland is the only one that talked about a pardon. And word on the curb also is that it's not the lawyers that have gone to Donald Trump, that it's Puffy's team, whoever his team is who has gone to Donald Trump.
Really?
And me, like I told you the other night, I think that he needs to stop because he's gotten cocky because baby, I'm coming home after the verdict, and him telling Agnifilio that he deserves a pardon, go talk to Trump. This judge is sitting back and he's watching all of this.
Everything.
And just like he told him, you don't want to go back to MDC, right? But what did he do? He sent him right back there.
Sent him right back, which is why.
So he's sitting and he's watching all of this, and he needs to stop.
I agree with you because that everything that he says and does, judge is making points, making note of it. The prosecution is watching, and it's almost like he's being the old Diddy, that we know that, get the big head and
right.
Gonna talk himself right into more than what he's expecting. So, and then to say, go tell him I deserve this pardon, give me a pardon, I need this pardon. I don't know how Donald Trump would take that. He said, give him this pardon. He needs this pardon. I don't know how you take it. But it's really like, now that you said, it's possibly his team that's talking to Donald Trump. I still would be confused at the fact of why Westmoreland said that, right, on national TV, that the legal team has been in touch with Donald Trump's administration. If they hadn't been, and maybe they're not publicly saying that they have. Do you think Westmore? I mean, I don't really know her or her vibes, but I just don't feel like. I just want to know. Let me say this: if they haven't been talking to the administration, why would she say it? And so
Agnifilio is the lead attorney.
Right.
If he's saying that they're not talking, they're not talking. I got to go back and listen to Westmoreland because I got to hear if she said the team, because I think she did. And if she said the team has talked to him, then yeah, it's not the lawyers.
I want to go back.
They used her to go out there and say it.
Ooh.
That's my opinion.
Ooh, Harlem, you on to something.
That's just my opinion.
I'm going to go look at it again. I want to read it. I mean, I want to listen to her again and see exactly what she said, because that's going to matter to me about what she's exactly said. But Claudette, you're right. The judge did say, by me denying him bail does not mean that he will get a long sentencing. That's true. He did say that. But what I'm looking at, and Harlem just said it, after he was found not guilty on the RICO, he told Puff, you don't want to go. I know you don't, you can stay over here. I know you don't want to go back over there, right? And Puff was like, no, I don't want to go back. Like, that is not leading him. It led everybody, a lot of people, to believe that he was going to get out that day. Go ahead and submit the stuff. We ain't gonna send him back over there. We know he don't want to go back. He's beat the higher charge, and he didn't let him out. Diddy's team came with the fire response or request to get him bonds a couple of times. They had legit case law. They had legit reasons for why, and he still didn't allow him out. So I guess where I'm at and what I've been saying is that he just wants to wait till October the 3rd. The judge is going to look at multiple things, right? He's not looking at one thing or the other, but he's looking at what the law says and what the policies and procedures are, what the right thing is to do for this. And Mark said it. He said the right thing to do. Well, he didn't say these words, but he was saying, he told Puff that these charges hold anywhere from 1 to 3 years. So I don't think that we can, this stupid fly, man. I don't think that we can, I just don't really think we can assume anything at this point.
Because in all honesty, how you think the judge feels if Puff and his people went to talk to Donald Trump? That's over his head. Like, you went over my head to do what you wanted to do. How you think that judge feels?
But let me ask you, whenever somebody, and because I don't know, so whenever they request to a pardon or have somebody to go speak to Donald about a pardon, who's responsible for that? His legal team? So that would be Mark if they were going to do that?
It would be the legal team is usually, but I don't think it has to be a legal team.
Okay.
Wasn't it Kodak Black? Wasn't Kodak Black locked up and Donald Trump gave him a pardon? Wasn't it more so his supporters that pushed for the pardon for him?
It could have been.
I think it was.
I'll call him like that, but it could have been. So you think that, your opinion, that whoever went and talked to Donald Trump about this pardon, that would not sit well with the judge?
I'm just saying the judge, he's the judge. That's his case. And he wants to deal with his case himself, opposed to you going over his head to his boss.
Yeah.
So that's why I just feel like he's sitting back and he's watching all of this play out. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. And I can get on this. I can get on the same page with Claudette because, and we've been saying that, right, Harlan? Well, I think, like, if he gets a lot of time, I won't be shocked. If he don't, I won't be shocked, because we just, like she said, anything could happen at this point. Anything could happen at this point. People are really swaying, though, Claudette, to the side of him getting more time than really he or people would like to see him get. That's just people's opinions, though. No one knows what the judge is going to do. But I'm telling you what, it's coming. It's coming quickly. And this is going to determine, what's next for P. Diddy. So crazy times for him right now. Back to real quick, and we can come back to Diddy, but also back to L.A. Reid. So L.A. Reid has this high profile lawyer, right? And he is not returning her calls anymore, and he's falling behind on his legal fees. What is that about? Like, you're getting ready to go to court September 8th. And the judge said, well, I don't know what's going on, but we are moving forward on September 8th. So if that means he's going to get him an attorney, or if he's going to come represent himself, whatever, September 8th, we're moving forward with the trial. So I'm wondering, why is he not paying his lawyer, or is he thinking of, is he talking to other lawyers? Like, what is going on with L.A. Reid not paying, allegedly, his attorney fees? I meant to say that a while ago. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy, unless he's speaking to other attorneys. But she did allow these attorneys, his attorney that he had, her name is Holly something. She allowed Holly and the team to just withdraw. They don't have to be on this. So I don't know what he's going to do on that. I'm sure he'll be coming prepared, like I would hope, but I don't know what's going on.
Sean Holly.
Her no, is that her name?
Is it Sean Holly? Because she was on Puffy's case at first.
Yes, it's Sean Holly. It's Sean Holly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she was on Puffy's case at first.
Yeah. Where did she go? I mean, what happened to that?
I don't know what happened while she left the case. He brought in other lawyers, but I didn't know that she was L.A. Reid's lawyer.
Yeah, she's L.A. Reid's lawyer. Well, was now they've withdrawn because he stopped. She's been trying to reach him and call him, and he won't return her calls. And he's falling behind fees, allegedly, is what it said. And so I don't know what's going on with him. And then, Russell Simmons got some stuff to face, right? He's got some court dates coming up as well with Dixon and the other ladies.
Right.
So forget about all those other charges. Not sure about this next one with Shannon Sharp. So he has the second accuser, right?
Yeah, Shannon. She was the first one.
Well, she's the first one, but the one that got settled, she's gone. So this next one that's coming up, which was the first accuser, right?
Right.
Do we think he's going to settle with her too? Like, what are you thinking? I mean, he already lost his ESPN job. Like, should he fight it? Or should he just be like, here, take this money, go, leave me alone? Like, what?
I have to go back to her case and look and see, because her case has been going for a minute, I think.
It has.
So if he hasn't settled, I don't know if he's going to.
It's been a minute, so he didn't take long with this second girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. There's a lot of still some homework that I have to do on those, and we'll talk more in depth about that. But back to Diddy. So Lil Rod is moving forward with the things that didn't get dropped in the case, and KK is named in this case with Diddy. Word on the curve, speculation is that Diddy, whether he gets out or not, he's going to continue to have to face these civil lawsuits that are going to come up against him, these other allegations and accusers that are going to come up against him. But Little Rod's, there was still some things that was able to stand in his filing. And so court is coming up, but KK is a part of this lawsuit. So I don't know what that means for KK, but she said she'll get her chance to prove that she's done nothing wrong in this.
Yeah, they had court the other day, but the docket wasn't uploaded. I didn't see any new information on it.
It's not on there yet.
Yeah.
I wish we could read on that. So when we get that, if we're able to get that, we can really talk about that, because I'm really interested in, I feel like Little Rod is, if what he's, I tend to believe Little Rod's story. And I tend to believe that he is owed something. That's my opinion from what I get in black and white, right? Written, and what Lil Rod is saying. But who knows? I just wish that would have been posted so that we could see more about it. But it's coming up. It's coming up. And I'm hearing, I guess we heard during the trial that Mark was KK's attorney as well. So I don't know if he's going to represent them in this Little Rod case or what. Do you think that Diddy should just settle with Lil Rod and move on, because he's like, Lil Rod ain't getting nothing?
Yeah, because I mean, he worked with him on the last album that he did, so he did owe him whatever, you know, producing work that he did.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, dang, what do we owe you? But you need, we feel like, I feel like that, to be honest, whatever is owned, whatever is owed to him, like we say, whatever Diddy was, if he did anything wrong, he has to answer for that. But anything that people are putting on him that he didn't do, he shouldn't have to answer for that. Well, I feel like whatever Lil Rod worked for that he didn't get paid for, just pay the man, because you got so much other stuff. If you know that you owe him, just pay him. But I guess it's easier for me to say than just doing that. But that's just what I feel is right, the right thing to do. Claudette said, before the trial, people said a lot of things about underage girls at the freak offs. Blackburn lawyer, the Blackburn lawyer is a fraud. I'm hearing Blackburn is a fraud. But they did. So I heard about some underage girls, but I mean, that was never anything that was brought to trial. It was just all before trial, right? So I don't know that Diddy had any encounters with underage girls. And I don't know that that can be proven or whatever. I don't know. But it was mentioned. What do
Yeah,
we
because
feel
I think if it was that, it would have been in the case.
like you would have had it in the case? That, I mean, because that there, if if okay, let me slow down. If Diddy was interacting inappropriately with underage girls, which we said they were at the freak offs, when as soon as you walk in, this was happening, these little girls were over here, and all this stuff. That would be something that if they had the evidence of, right, that they would have hit the nail on the head if that was the case. But they never mentioned any little girls, underage girls, in this trial. So I just really don't know that that was something that Puff did. I don't, maybe younger girls, but of age. Little Rod lawyer, Blackburn lawyer is a fraud. That'd be on it. Um, didn't Blackburn just win somebody a case? Who was that?
Did he? I don't think he did.
Didn't he just win somebody a case?
Blackburn is on everybody's case, it seems like, and like she says, he's a fraud. He's a
He,
fraud.
right? They like his name just been everywhere. But you guys, what about? So yeah, I mean, I just feel like I heard that Blackburn has won a case for somebody. I'm gonna look that up too. But what's the girl's name that was with Little Rod? The lawyer first, the woman, Audra. What's her name?
No, it was always
Oh, he was always
Blackburn.
okay, but there was another lady that they're going that Diddy's filing a lawsuit against. The black lady out of Atlanta or California. Oh
It's so many lawsuits.
yeah,
It's so many lawsuits out there.
it's so many, it's so many. But we're gonna talk about that because he's like, she's a fraud like Blackburn. She's bringing these cases. She had all these cases. Like she even had this girl out of Oklahoma, and we've heard nothing else about her or from her. And so I reached out to her, to the attorney, and she didn't respond. But there's a lawsuit that Diddy's like filing against her for fraud, for defamation. We'll have to look that up.
Oh, you talking about Ariel
That's
Mitchell?
her name. That's her name. I could not think of
Ariel
it.
Mitchell, yes.
Yes. He has a lawsuit against her. Where did she go? She was doing interviews. She was all over the place. Where did she go? Why is she not standing up for herself against that lawsuit? Is my question.
Right, because remember she came out with the guy Courtney Burgess that
Courtney
allegedly had the videotapes.
Burgess. Now where's the there's no, oh, the feds got the videotape. Oh, this, oh, and this has ended up being like there allegedly are no videotapes, no recordings that he had. The feds never got, but didn't we see him leaving the courthouse? Was that,
Right.
was that just were we just was that just something like, do people really go that far and just not really present anything that he had? Like he's saying that he had these recordings, and now they're saying there's no recordings. That everything that her and this man was saying, Courtney Burgess was saying, was false, but they're not even fighting against it. Because she had a lot to say. She's saying nothing now. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
you haven't heard anything from her.
I haven't heard nothing from her. And she said she was coming for Puff. That fly gonna get it. It's gonna get it. So anyway,
Yeah,
oh,
but did you hear
what did she say?
Mark Agnifilio, the whole interview?
Not the whole. I got it from you, and I was listening to it, but some little 1-year-old was. I couldn't even listen to it. That's why I was like, we got to go later because he's just not gonna. He'd be in here pushing buttons and everything. So, but no, I didn't hear
Be-
everything. Tell me a little bit, and I'll tell you if I know about it.
because he talked about Puffy and Cassie's relationship as I think he said it's a
Modern day,
new era
it's a
love affair or something he was saying.
he said it's a modern day relationship, right? And,
Modern day, yeah.
yeah, and here's why he said that. Because he said, forget about, like, we understand the R word part. We're not even saying that. He said, and I don't even think that the jury, got to that, right? He said, what I'm talking about is the rug use. Like she got it because what the interviewer from CBS was saying is, yeah, but you're calling this a modern day relationship. But what about Cassie saying that she got addicted to rugs because of him? She was R worded. She was this, she was that. He was like, well, yeah, that's the modern day. What? To do drugs in
Right.
1999, I guess. I'm like, a modern day relationship where you're getting stomped and kicked and beat. So Claudette, what do you think about that? Claudette, you want to come on stage? Maybe not, but if you do, you're welcome. The link is out there, or I'll put it back because I want to hear what you have to say about that. What else did he say? Any other high points before I go look at it?
Yeah, I think that was the only thing that got me with him saying that because he said if you were to read their text messages at the end when they were breaking up, they were just so in love with each other. Like, what?
That makes it a modern day relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said she loved him and he loved her. He was in love with her. Hey, Diddy has a $50 million lawsuit against her.
Oh, the lawyer. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, yes. 50, yeah, that's who it was. Yep, he does. And I feel like let me just be real and honest. Hey, two cast girl. Listen, if if Ariel Mitchell came out and said all of that and that was not true, he deserves his $50 million because he already got all this other stuff over his head. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, if he did it, okay. But if he did not do the stuff that she's saying, and she ain't even saying nothing, she ain't even trying to, say we're going to come out and fight against this because we are right. We did have what we said we had. Then I think that he should go forward with his lawsuit, just like people can file. He has the right to file against her if she wasn't right. Because I could not even get on the same page with the Burgess guy. I'm like, okay, tell me again, like what happened? And is this like, are you like for real? Like, can you produce this stuff? And he was like, oh, I can produce it. So if he in fact did not, I mean, if they cannot prove what they were out here saying and they were defaming his name just because everybody else was doing it, then I feel like he should be able to file the lawsuit against them straight up and down.
Yeah, because Courtney Burgess, he talked about minors on videos. So yeah,
That's
yeah.
where I'm saying, where are those videos? I think Courtney, after Diddy filed the lawsuit, I think Courtney went on, had an interview with somebody, but without Ariel on there. And he was like, oh, the feds got him. We did turn him into the feds. And this did happen. You know, he was backing his story up somewhat. But what I'm saying is y'all was on YouTube channels, y'all was on the big news outlets, like going hard. And then all of a sudden you go the crickets, silence. You gotta tell us more, Ariel. You know why? They probably ain't got no $50 million. So that's that on that. We'll see. What am I doing here? Okay. Anyway, what else? What we got next? So we're going to stay tuned for let me see. Hold on. I got some more stuff. All right. Phases in Harlem. I got y'all 2 tickets each to go to Rashida who? From London. I will be there. I like Rashida as a reality star. I don't like her music. You can keep your tickets. Thank you, Beauty is me. You like Rashida Harlem? You keep tickets. I think Harlem got kicked out. She'll come back. But yeah, no. No, thank you. I'll pass. So Harlem got kicked off, y'all, I think. So Beauty is me. Have we heard from Ming Lee anymore? Is that her name? She went hard on she went so hard on Chantel, it wasn't even funny. It was not even funny. She came out, did a whole nother video. Um, let me see. I had some more. You back, Harlem? Okay, it's okay. Let me put the link back. Knock that over. Got it? Anybody that wants to hit the link, you can hit the link. At the end of this, we're going to do a giveaway. She's coming out on her YouTube channel to review the show. Okay. I'm gonna review it and then we're gonna come here and give our opinion. How about that, Beauty is me? Oh well, which one you talking about? Your home you we talking about Rashida or are we talking about Ming Lee? Because I thought you was talking about Rashida because we was gonna watch that and then we would just come back. Listen, Rashida's beautiful. Rashida is a good, I like her on Love and Hip Hop. But I don't Ming Lee. Okay, so we'll watch it and then we'll come and give our reviews on that whenever it's done. Keep us posted on when she posts that, and then let's come back and give our opinion because what Ming Lee is saying is true, and I stand by it too. People are saying that we should give Chantel a pass. We don't really know the ins and out. Me either, Beauty. But I was gonna say, if she was gonna come out and do a review on her concert, we was gonna come. But yeah, so let us know when Ming Lee is coming out so that we can do a review on that. So you got kicked out, Harlem, huh?
I'm sorry, my phone died.
Oh, your phone died. Okay. I thought something happened over here because mine keep glitching because the internet is doing something. But I was gonna look up something else really quick. Oh, where's mine?
Yeah, but I was saying when my phone cut off because I think we was talking about Courtney and
Yes.
Ariel. Ariel also has a lawsuit that she talks about against Trey Songz.
What was it
She
about?
she said that there was a female that he assaulted.
Let's just check that out because I'm feeling like I read that.
Because I think Ariel, if I remember correctly, she was on Tasha K talking about it. I never
Uh,
looked at the interview because I just found it's something to be funny with her. And now with this Zitty thing, I see that I was right. It's something shady with her.
Let me see. We get ready to. Yeah, I feel like it's totally shady with her. I feel like she's Courtney too. I feel that way about him. Chantel has been putting out false documents of Doug and Jackie. She went that far, or was that before her on the show? Because I saw that they was like getting a divorce. Let me look up this Trey Songz because it seemed like I saw that um lawsuit. Ariel. What's her last name? Ariel
Ariel Mitchell
Mitchell.
Kidd.
Okay. Attorney Ariel Mitchell Kidd represented plaintiffs in several lawsuits alleging SA and harassment against Trey Songz. So here's the deal on it. Oh, that was the wrong ones. Chantel has been putting out. No, recently they're not getting it. Yeah, they're not getting a divorce, but that's what I was saying. Oh, so you're talking about she just did it. Okay, send me some of that beauty if you have it. So for Trey Songz and Ariel Mitchell, they said that there was a 20 million lawsuit from a Jane Doe alleging R at a 2016 party in Los Angeles. This lawsuit was dismissed in late 22 after Song's team argued it was past the statute of limitations. So they missed the statute of limitations on that. A lawsuit filed by Jahar Jeffries alleging SA at a Miami nightclub in 2017. Mitchell faced witness tampering accusations. Mitchell faced accusations of witness tampering in connection with the Jeffries lawsuit. Trey Songz's lawyer alleged that Mitchell offered a witness, Mariah Thieling, a significant sum of money to provide false testimony corroborating the assault claims. Thelian denied witnessing the assault and rejected the offer, reporting it to Songz's legal team. Mitchell denied these allegations, claiming they were a tactic to discredit her and the victims. Did not know that.
But it don't take much to discredit her. She discredits herself.
She talked too much. She discredits herself. A Las Vegas SA investigation against Song was concluded without, okay, that wasn't her. Mitchell represented a client who had accused also Chris Brown of SA in a case that was later dropped. Mitchell was reportedly representing clients in other legal actions against Sean Combs. So everything she's getting, every so far, every client that she had on SA or whatever has been dropped and dismissed, discredited. So don't that tell you a lot about who she is and what she's about? So he turned around and sued her. Trey Songz did.
Yeah, she's the female version of Tyrone Blackburn.
Oh, Blackburn. Okay. Yeah, so that. Let me see. All right, nothing new in there. What else we got tonight? We talked about that. I think Did we have anything? Am I missing anything that you sent me?
I don't think so.
I
I
don't
think
think
that was everything.
I think that was everything. I want to dig some more into the relationship with that the I think the arguments or whatever's going on with Diddy's lawyers. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to figure out like what's going on and why Westmoreland actually came out and said what she said about talking to Donald Trump. So we'll be talking about that. We're going to dig more into. I want to dig more into Shannon Sharp's other lawsuit that's coming down the pike. I want to figure out some more about um, Reid, LA Reid's lawsuit, and what that's entailing. Like, where is he in this process? Because September 8th is coming up in 1 month, and he doesn't have representation at this point, and unable or has not paid his legal fees. So we want to talk more about that. And then some other stuff that's coming down the pike that we have that we just need to get more information before we talk about it. So at this point, if there's nothing else, I want to go ahead and do my drawing to send somebody a cash out on it, buy somebody a coffee or whatever you want to do with it. Because I said I was. I'm not sure where Montana is, and I hope that he's okay. Maybe he's taking a break from YouTube. That's fine, but just wanted him to be okay. Have you heard from him?
No, I reached out to him. I didn't hear from him. But I also sent you the assistance lawsuit against Busta Rhymes.
Oh, we sure did. I seen that. Let me grab it. Let me grab it. We can talk about that really quick. It's here. While I'm getting that, do you mind pulling it up?
Oh, let me see. I think I have it real quick.
See if you can pull it up while I'm getting these names ready for our drawing. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Joshua, are you here? If you are here, can you put a hey, a hi, or something? Because the deal was to stay to the end. Are you here, Joshua? Tomorrow, our Saturday lives are really pumped. So, Claudette. Who else we got? Drew. I'm just gonna put Drew on there, and then Josh got 2 entries. Okay. I hope I
I
didn't miss
don't
it.
think Joshua is here.
I don't think he's here. He's not gonna get pulled if he's not here. Joshua, are you here? He probably said, "Y'all boring tonight." If you guys are everybody that is still actually here, I see 6 people here. Put a hi or something in here so I can get your name in the drawing for the cash app that we're gonna send. Did you find it, Harlem?
Yeah.
Can you tell me? Can you read it? Do you want to, or I can? It don't matter.
So this is Dashiell Gables against Trevor Smith, aka Busta Rhymes. Um, you want me to read everything? She's requesting
Yeah, let's find
a trial by jury.
Yeah. You ready?
Okay, you do better at reading than me, so I'm gonna let you read it.
Okay, I'll do that, and then after this one, you guys will do the After this, we will do the drawing. Let me pull it up because she did send it to me. Busta Rhymes. It's on here. All right, let me see. There's Harlem's emails. Was that it? Wasn't yesterday, was it?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Okay. All right. So yesterday, I'll be sure, Tony Braxton. There's the whole interview. We can look at the Mark Agnophilia video too, because I want to pinpoint some things he said in the video. And then Harlem, there is Agnofilio, Gina, Jason Lee. Did y'all hear about Jason Lee? Anybody? So we're going to talk about Jason Lee right now.
Yeah, Jason Lee. He in some mess too.
Yeah, let's talk about him too. Busta Rhymes. Okay, so you guys know that who Busta Rhymes is. My kids' nephew looked just exactly like him. FYI. But you sent me not just that. I just have the Instagram. I had a whole article.
It should be the link for the
Should be in
because I
there.
could send it to you real quick
If
if
you
you
want
don't
to,
see
because
it.
I read it last night. I had it, and all I'm pulling up is the Instagram one. So
Let me
while we're
see.
doing that, while we're getting that, so listen, I did Cherry, I see you. I put you in the pot. Put you in the pot. Beauty is Me is in the pot. Charlotte is in the pot. I hope she's still Charlotte. If you still here, is that her name? Claudette? What is that? Whoever's still here,
Claudette.
Claudette. Let me know you're here so I can put you in. But Jason Lee, first of all, I like Jason Lee. I like Jason Lee when he was on Love and Hip Hop. Jason Lee ran for vice mayor of California, his home city in California where he was born. And so anyway, so there's this fund that so he won the race. So they call him the vice mayor, right? So in that there is this fund that like this rainy day fund, I'll call it. So if something in that city of wherever it is, I know what it is. But if something like they don't have enough funds in this pot that they need to do, then they can go and they can get the money out of this rainy day fund. They said that that particular city where he's from had gone down all the way down. And Jason was running so that he could ramp the city up and get it back lively again. So they're alleging, the mayor is actually alleging that Jason Lee misused the funds by putting on a wild and out comedy show and paying himself and other people to be there. Jason Lee, of course, has responded and said that is no, no, and no. That's false. That is not what happened. What my thoughts were around that is that, Jason Lee should be careful. He's a black guy. He's a black guy, gay individual that is very openly gay. Shout out to him. It's to each his own. I don't have no problem with that. And he's who he is, right? So whenever that came out, people were like, Jason Lee did not do that. There's no way Jason Lee would have misrepresented and misused any kind of money. And that really, moving forward, he should dot all his I's and cross all his T's. But at the end of the day, the mayor's trying to take this to court, like get it into the court, saying basically he didn't say it, but he was saying like Jason might have taken that money and stolen it. Not he put it as misusing it, inappropriately using it, but that he stole the money to pay himself and his people so they could have this wilding out comedy show in that city and make it look like that was an event to bring the city back alive. So of course, y'all know we're going to be following that. But Jason Lee don't bite his tongue about nothing. He's an open book pretty much. So we'll hear more from Jason about that. But I was just like, dang, he ain't even got a chance to serve in the position before something bad done came up about him. So we'll be watching that. I don't know if people care about Jason Lee, but I happen to like him. Like I like Ray J. Okay? Just FYI.
You can have both of them.
Harlem, I cannot with you. Okay. You know them as my homies. They went, oh, my homies. Okay. Let's do the Busta Rhymes really quick. Oh, I keep picking up those wrong glasses up here. All right. So Trevor Smith, I didn't know that was his name, aka Busta Rhymes, Starbucks LLC, plaintiff Dashiell Gabbles, by his attorneys, hereby complains of defendant Trevor Smith, aka Busta Rhymes, and Starbust LLC, and alleges the following: the nature of the action. This is an action of wage and hour violation, assault, battery, and intentional infliction of emotional distress arising under federal and state law, including the Fair Labor Standards Act and various state employment and tort laws. Jurisdiction and venue. This court has subject matter jurisdiction over the federal claims pursuant to 28 USC 131 and 1343, and supplemental jurisdiction over the state law claims pursuant to 28 USC 1367. Venue is proper in the district because defendant reside in the district and or a substantial part of the events giving rise to the claims occurred in that district. So the jury demand. Plaintiff demands a trial by jury on all issues so triable. At all times material, plaintiff is an individual residing in New York. At all times, material defendant Trevor Smith, aka Busta Rhymes, is an individual residing in Brooklyn, New York, within the judicial district. At all times, material defendant Starbust LLC is a domestic limited liability company organized under the laws of the state of New York with its principal place of business in New York. At all times, material upon information and belief, Starbust LLC is the corporate entity that owns and operates Busta Rhymes' business interest and is responsible for paying employees who perform work for Busta Rhymes. At all times, material defendant jointly employed plaintiff as a personal assistant to Busta Rhymes. Upon information and belief, Busta Rhymes and Starbust LLC generate at least $500,000 in revenue each year. At all relevant times, defendants and their employees, including plaintiff, traveled to and among several states to perform at concerts and to make professional appearances. Upon information and belief, Busta Rhymes is a controlling member of Starbust LLC and is responsible for the operations of Starbust LLC. Upon information and belief, Busta Rhymes has the power and authority over personnel decisions at Starbust LLC. Busta Rhymes has the authority to hire and fire employees and to establish, pay wages, and set work schedules. The defendants are employers within the meaning of the FLSA and the New York labor law. Plaintiff's career in the hip hop music industry. For nearly his entire working life, plaintiff has worked in the hip hop music industry, including as an assistant to various recording artists and entertainment industry professionals. Plaintiff built his career and professional reputation through years of dedicated service in the hip hop music industry, developing specialized skills and industry connections essential to his livelihood. The hip hop music industry is a relatively small, tight-knit community where professional reputation and word of mouth recommendations are critical to obtaining employment opportunities. Prior to his employment with defendant, plaintiff had maintained a good reputation in the industry and was able to secure steady employment based on his experience and professional relationships. On or about July the 2nd, 2024, defendant hired plaintiff as a personal assistant to Busta Rhymes at a rate of $200 a day. Upon plaintiff taking the position, his colleagues placed wages on how long plaintiff would be in the position, with all believing he would quit within the first 60 days due to Busta Rhymes' reputation for mistreating his employees. Oh, that's crazy if he did that. As rumored to plaintiff, the previous personal assistant quit abruptly in tears after Busta Rhymes' demand he unclogged Busta Rhymes' toilet without a plunger, forcing him to clear the clogged toilet by hand. Heck no. Pattern of abusive conduct and hostile work environment. During plaintiff's tenure, Busta Rhymes routinely degraded, screamed at, and made unreasonable demands of plaintiffs and other employees. Examples of Busta Rhymes' abuse conduct include, but are not limited to, demanding plaintiff and other employees to remove rings from his hands, threatening plaintiff and other employees by saying he would bloody your face and get street justice, demanding drivers run red lights and speed while plaintiff was in the vehicle, then threatening to dock employees' pay for resulting traffic tickets, requiring plaintiff to purchase Grey Goose vodka and Cool cigarettes with his own money, then failing to reimburse him timely, forbidding plaintiffs from making small talk with waiters and others when dining out, stating, "Don't talk to them. You're here for one thing, to get me food." Physically assaulting plaintiff and other employees when upset, including spitting in their faces, smacking the back of their heads, and getting their clothes routinely calling plaintiff and other employees on their days off, demanding they retrieve clothing or perform other menial tasks. Busta Rhymes routinely degraded and demeaned plaintiff in front of others by referring to him as faggot and making fun of plaintiff's poor hearing and telling him to get a hearing aid. Defendant improperly, okay, so this is wage and hour violations. Defendant improperly classified plaintiff and, upon information and belief, other employees as salaried independent contractors to avoid paying overtime, compensation, and other employee benefits. Defendant routinely demanded plaintiff work 15 to 16 and 18 hours a day. From around July the 3rd, 2024 until around September 3rd, 2024, plaintiff accompanied Busta Rhymes while he was on tour and routinely worked for defendants from around 3 p.m. until 6 a.m. 7 days a week. Dang. From around September the 3rd, 2024 until July the 10th, 2025, until January the 10th. So September the 3rd, 2024 until January the 10th, 2025, plaintiff worked for defendants from approximately 2 p.m. in the afternoon until 8:30 in the morning. Busta Rhymes would demand plaintiff accompany him to clubs late into the night and stay to get his cigars and perform other menial tasks. Defendant never compensated plaintiff for overtime hours worked in excess of 40 hours per week. Defendants never compensated plaintiff for time spent traveling with Busta Rhymes, both internationally and domestically. Plaintiff's working day would begin with Busta Rhymes when Busta Rhymes woke up and end when he went to sleep. Defendant did not provide plaintiff with designated breaks during his shifts. Defendant failed to provide plaintiff with proper wages statements as required by the law. Defendants failed to provide plaintiff with a wage notice when he began his employment. As a direct result of defendant's violation and failure to provide proper wage notices and wage statements, plaintiff suffered a concrete harm resulting from plaintiff's lack of knowledge about the rate of pay he was receiving and or should have been receiving for his regular hours and overtime hours, terms and conditions of his pay, and furthermore was unable to identify his hourly rate of pay to ascertain whether he was being properly paid in compliance with federal and state laws, which he was not. Furthermore, the defendant willful failures to provide plaintiff with these documents prevented plaintiff from being able to calculate his hours worked and proper rate of pay and determine if he was being paid the minimum wage and time and a half for his overtime hours as required by federal and New York state law. The assault and battery. On about January the 10th, 2025, at approximately 4 o'clock a.m., Busta Rhymes, plaintiff, and a co-worker drove to Busta Rhymes' residence in Brooklyn, New York, in defendant's SUV. Plaintiff exited the SUV and went into the lobby to retrieve a luggage cart for Busta Rhymes' belongings, including a catering-sized pan of chicken. When Busta Rhymes and the co-worker entered the lobby, Busta Rhymes immediately began screaming at plaintiff for not yet bringing the pan of chicken, despite plaintiff's explanation that he intended to load it onto the luggage cart with the other items. While this was going on, plaintiff received a call from his minor daughter. Concerned that his daughter might need him at such a late hour, but knowing Busta Rhymes' rules against taking phone calls in his presence, plaintiff declined the call and sent the text message to his daughter. This sent Busta Rhymes into a rage. He screamed, "Stay the F off your phone." When plaintiff explained it was his daughter, Busta Rhymes responded, "Don't tell me about your effing kid. What the F that got to do with me?" When plaintiff responded that it could have been an emergency, Busta Rhymes asked, "Are you talking while I'm talking?" And then, with a closed fist, punched plaintiff in the face. Oh my gosh. Plaintiff was stunned and froze, attempting to process what had just happened. Busta Rhymes then punched plaintiff in the face a second time with a closed fist. Plaintiff walked away, causing Busta Rhymes to become even more enraged. Busta Rhymes screamed at plaintiff and demanded he stand right here, pointing directly in front of him. When plaintiff did not comply, Busta Rhymes continued screaming like a child, a petulant child, whatever that means. He continued to scream like a child. On or about January the 10th, 2025, defendants constructively terminated plaintiff's employment by repeatedly punching him in the face. While plaintiff tolerated a great deal of abuse while working for Busta Rhymes, he could not tolerate the repeated physical assault and was unable to return to work. Following the assault, plaintiff was transported to the hospital when he was treated for bruising and swelling to his face. Plaintiff filed a police report regarding the assault. Industry blacklisting. As a direct result of the assault and plaintiffs filing a police report, plaintiffs have been frozen out of the hip-hop music industry. Despite his years of experience and previously good reputation in the industry, no one in the hip-hop music industry will hire the plaintiff. Word of the assault and plaintiff's complaint against Busta Rhymes has spread throughout the tight-knit hip-hop community, resulting in plaintiff being effectively blacklisted from employment opportunities in his chosen field. The industry-wide retaliation has devastated plaintiff's career prospects and ability to earn a living in the only industry in which he has worked. The blacklisting has caused and continues to cause plaintiff severe economic harm, preventing him from obtaining employment in his field of expertise and forcing him to seek work in other industries at significantly reduced wages. Based on plaintiff's prior earning history and career trajectory in the hip-hop industry, plaintiff faces substantial future lost wage damages as a result of being blacklisted from the industry. First cause of action, violation of fair law. Plaintiff repeats and realleges each and every allegation contained in the paragraph continued in the preceding paragraph as if fully set forth herein. At all times, defendants were employers engaged in interstate commerce within the meaning of the FLSA. For example, Busta Rhymes travels among numerous states to perform and make personal appearances as a hip-hop artist. At all times relevant, plaintiff was an employee within the meaning of the FLSA. Defendant willfully violated the FLSA by failing to pay plaintiff overtime compensation at the rate of 1.5 times his regular rate of pay for hours he worked, excess of 40 hours per week. As a result, defendant's violations plaintiff entitled to recover unpaid overtime wages, liquidated damages, reasonable attorney's fees, and costs. Second cause of action, the plaintiff repeats and realleges each and every allegation contained in the preceding paragraph as it is fully set forth herein. Defendant violated New York labor laws by failing to pay the applicable minimum wage and overtime wages for hours worked in excess of 40 hours per week. As a result of these violations, plaintiff is entitled to recover unpaid wages, liquidated damages, attorney's fees, and costs. The third cause of action, plaintiff repeats all of that. Defendant violated New York labor laws by failing to provide plaintiff with proper wage statements listing regular and overtime rates, hours worked, gross wages, deductions, and net wages. Defendant violated New York labor laws by failing to provide plaintiff with a wage notice at the time of hiring and at the time thereafter. Defendant violated New York labor laws, failing to provide plaintiff with a wage notice at the time of hiring and thereafter. Okay. As a result, these violations, plaintiff is entitled to recover statutory damages and reasonable attorney's fees. The fourth cause of action, plaintiff repeats the allegations under New York labor laws. Employees who work a spread of hours exceeding 10 hours in a day are entitled to receive one additional hour of pay at the basic minimum hourly wage rate. Throughout plaintiff's employee, defendant routinely require plaintiff to work spread of hours exceeding 10 hours per day. As alleged above, plaintiff typically worked a spread of hours of at least 10 hours each day that had worked for the defendant. Defendant willfully failed to pay plaintiff the required spread of hours premium paid for each day he worked more than 10 hours. As a result of defendant's violations of New York labor law, plaintiff is entitled to recover the unpaid spread of hours, liquidated damages, attorney fees, and costs. Oh, we are about done. I was about to give up. I can only do about 10 pages. All right. So we're on the fifth cause. Plaintiff repeats all of those. Defendant Busta Rhymes assaulted plaintiff by intentionally causing him to reasonably apprehend imminent, harmful, or offensive contact. Busta Rhymes battered plaintiff by intentionally causing harmful and offensive physical contact without plaintiff's consent, specifically by punching plaintiff in the face twice with his closed fist. As a result of this assault and battery, plaintiff suffered physical injury, pain, emotional distress, medical expenses, and other damages in amount to be determined. The sixth cause of action, plaintiff repeats all the allegations. Defendant Busta Rhymes intentionally engaged in extreme and outrageous conduct that exceeded all bounds of decency tolerated in a civilized society. Busta Rhymes conduct included, but was not limited to routinely degrading and screaming at plaintiff, making unreasonable and demeaning demands, physically assaulting plaintiff by punching him in the face twice, and creating conditions that led to plaintiff being blacklisted from his chosen profession. Busta Rhymes knew or should have known that his conduct would cause severe emotional distress to plaintiff. We're getting there. As a direct and proximate result of Busta Rhymes' extreme and outrageous conduct, plaintiff has suffered and continues to suffer severe emotional distress, including but not limited to anxiety, depression, humiliation, and loss of self-esteem. As a further direct and proximate result of Busta Rhymes' conduct, plaintiffs have been blacklisted from the hip hop music industry, his chosen profession, and the only field in which he has worked throughout his career. The industry blacklisting has caused plaintiffs to suffer substantial past and future lost wage damages, and he is unable to obtain employment in the field of his expertise and must seek work in other industries at significantly reduced compensation. Plaintiff's further lost wage damages include the difference between what he would have earned out continuing his career in the hip hop industry versus what he is able to earn in alternate employment, calculated over his remaining work life expectancy. Prayer for relief. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests that this court enter judgment in his favor and against defendant jointly and severally and severally as follows: awarding plaintiff compensatory damages for unpaid minimum wage, overtime wages, and other wages for hour wage and hour violations, awarding plaintiff liquid damages as provided by the FLSA and New York labor laws, awarding plaintiff compensatory damages for past lost wages and benefits, awarding plaintiff compensatory damages for future lost wages due to the industry blacklisting. This is the last page. Awarding plaintiff compensatory damages for physical injuries, pain, and suffering, and medical expenses. Awarding plaintiff compensatory damages for severe emotional distress, mental anguish, and loss of enjoyment of life. Awarding plaintiff punitive damages against defendant Busta Rhymes for his willful, wanton, and malicious conduct. Awarding plaintiff pre and post judgment interest. Awarding plaintiff reasonable attorney's fees and costs as provided by law. Granting such other and future relief as this court deems just and proper. Dated August the 1st, 2025. And then you have all of his lawyers, and that is the lawsuit. So that's crazy. That is crazy. I don't understand how just because you're this celebrity or you have all this money that you feel like you can mistreat people, you can put your hands on them and they can just do whatever. You can have them to come and take your rings off your finger and wipe your feet. Like, no, like that. I don't see, like, was that in the contract? Like, do I have, because basically now that's a difference. If there was a contract saying, I'm gonna have you taking my rings off, I'm gonna have you standing in line getting my food, and you better not talk to people. Like, I'm sure like he wouldn't have signed up for that. So that's crazy that this has allegedly happened to him, and it'd be interesting to see what the courts are going to say about it. What are your thoughts?
Right, because even talking about unclogging the toilet without a plunger, like, ew.
With your hand, I would have left then. Like, they would have been
I would
gone.
have been gone.
You can't tell me, okay, clean your do what? Okay, I'm out. I'm out.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, you can blacklist me. I don't care. I'm not putting my hands in your toilet. I'm not doing that.
But you know these celebrities, I guess they have to portray a certain way in the public so that you continue to be their fan. Because would you even think that of Busta Rhymes?
floored. I'm floored. That just goes to show that whenever they say they don't really know me, we really don't know the real person. We only see what they're presenting to the public, and it's always they have to put that persona on for their fans, because I would have never, and it sounds so believable. Like, that sounds so believable. And to say F your kid, like, none of that, don't F my kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't care at that time of night. I can't answer my child at that time of night. Something might be wrong. I'm sorry. I guess I couldn't. I guess I ain't built for it, because if that's the kind of treatment they get to be a personal assistant, it's crazy. So,
right, it's not worth it.
It's just not worth it. You can get into another profession just making enough money. Like, go to school, do something different, and you don't have to put up with that. Well, I wouldn't. And so again, if he's guilty of doing that, that man needs to be paid. If that's what really truly happened. And he said there have been other assistants that had worked for him and left immediately, like he was a year in. And so
Right.
he done been all international with you. He done been everywhere, and you just mistreating him. I just can't. I just can't do it. I don't care what you paying me. I ain't doing it. I'm not washing your toilet with my hand. No, I'm not taking your ring. Boy, if you don't pull that ring off your finger,
Right.
you ain't that
Right.
mighty that you can't take your own rings off your finger. I mean, you got to be paying me $1 million per ring. I'll take it off, but I need to be paid for it. And I don't need to be paid later. I want to get paid right now because you tend to not want to pay people according to the lawsuit. It's a shame. That kind of stuff make me mad. So I'm thinking just because you got money and just because you done made it, you can't treat people like that. That's just not right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so Joshua was here in the beginning. He's not here any longer. So I'm here. Anything else towards that about that? That was interesting though.
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
Loved how he told the story. Like he was very specific in what he was saying to make it clear to the courts what he was, why he was doing what he was doing. Now to get punched in the face, just beat in the face because of some chicken. Because I didn't put the chicken in, Negro. No, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So anyway, it's the time of night. I hope I pull who's here. But it's the time of night that I promised I would do a little something and send a cash app. Montana got me on one, and so I'm gonna do. Can't do what Montana doing, but we're gonna do a little drawing that could get you a coffee or lunch. Okay, so I have them in my little cup here, and I have the people that I see that are here. Okay, so if somebody's here that won, and they're not here, we're gonna pull somebody else. So if I say your name that you won, say bingo or yay or something in the comments so that I know that you're here so you can get it. Okay. All right, here we go. I was gonna have my daughter come in here, pull. She's so shy. She gonna do it. All right. So just so y'all know, I'm being fair, shaking it up, and I'm just gonna pull just from this cup. And the winner is, oh, Cherry, you still here, Cherry? Cherry, are you still here? Let me know. We can move on. Beauty is me with bingo in there. Cherry, are you here? I'll give her a few minutes to respond. Otherwise, we're gonna move on. How much time should I give to Miss Cherry?
She was here.
She was. Because earlier when I said, let me know, she put hey, and then now she's gone. Everybody left. Well, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. For the next one. Whoever's here we go. Okay. I pull one, and it is. Oh man, what was her name? Claudette. Claudette, you won. Are you here? And I don't think she's here either. Claudette, you won. We'll give you a few minutes to say something. All right, I'm going to give you a few more minutes and a few more minutes. Minutes 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding ding. Okay, here's the next one. Watch it be Joshua. Is Alberta on vacation? You said.
Yeah, she is on. She went on a cruise.
Oh, okay. Joshua. No, Joshua. I only got I got three more names. And I know Beauty, is it just you in here? Because you might be the winner. You spoke it up. Here we go. I'm gonna pick another one. I had to put Joshua twice because I told him I would.
Yeah,
But
he was first twice, I think.
Beauty is me. Are you here? Are you here? Let me know. Let me know that you're still with us. You didn't run off on us. Bingo! All right. Or do you follow me? You got me on Instagram. Put your cash app in there. I'm gonna send you a little something, okay? And I thank you. Yay! All right, y'all. Tomorrow we should have a good room tomorrow. Um a little hyped. Like I love when Miss April come because we be on here for hours. But she be on it. So anyway, we're gonna come back tomorrow. You're welcome. Thank you for hanging in here with us, Beauty is Me. I really appreciate y'all. I'm really hoping that my notifications aren't jacked up because we have more people than this.
Let me ask you, when you be going live on your laptop, how do you go live? Because when you go live on your phone, you be having some people in the chat like names I haven't never seen before.
Yeah, so I go live through StreamYard on my laptop.
But on your phone, how you go live?
I just go straight through YouTube. So you thinking
So
I
on
should?
your laptop, you can't go straight through YouTube.
I probably should just try to go straight through YouTube instead of StreamYard and just see what the difference is, right? If it makes a difference. Because I know when I go on my phone, there'll be a ton of people on my phone, but then there'll be some, I mean, that'll put my mods to work because they come in there crazy too, but it'd be a ton of people when I go just straight through YouTube. And then I also heard another YouTuber had went and said that it was this guy. I ain't gonna say that, but he was anyway. His YouTube was messed up where it looked like nobody was on, like nobody was commenting, and he usually have like thousands of people in there, and he do that.
Hmm.
But it was like 3 days, and yesterday I went back in there, and it was like I even like commented in the chat, and he didn't even see me. And I know I was there because he was like, "Come on, anybody coming in? Like, where's my people?" And it looked like nobody was in. So it could be a StreamYard thing.
Yeah, because it's just that people was saying that they weren't getting their notifications. So that's why I was saying if it's going through StreamYard, maybe that's not giving the people the notification.
Yeah. So how about tomorrow afternoon when I be doing like my brief little some of my brief videos that are like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, longer than a short, but not long enough for a live. But I will do it live straight through. So if you see me, pop in with me.
Okay.
Tomorrow. I know I got to do some stuff with my mother in the morning. And then after that, I'll do something like really brief and I'll find some topics to talk about. And we'll see if that makes a difference, okay? Because if it does, then maybe Friday tomorrow night we'll just go straight through YouTube instead of doing. But I like StreamYard. I just don't know what's going on with the notifications. Thank you,
Yeah.
Beauty. I'll send it tonight, okay?
Yeah, because I'm just saying, because when
Mhm.
was it? The other day you were on your phone. Lavelle was in the chat, and like Lavelle Marshall, I haven't seen Lavelle in your chat in like the whole time. I think since you've been
At
coming
all.
live.
Yeah, at all. So I'm gonna try that. I may even just go live from my phone and sit in here and do it. I just like the bigger screen, when I do it. Um, but Beauty, yeah,
Yeah.
you spoke that up, Beauty, that you was gonna win. You kicked them all out. You put them all in timeout so you could win.
So she can win.
Yeah. But no, I'll get that over to you when I log off here. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate you, Harlem, always. You know that. And Harlem, are you in New York still?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to go for now. It's Friday night. I'm so boring. I ain't gonna do nothing. But I hope y'all have a good Friday night. I'm gonna come on in the afternoon tomorrow for a little bit. Do something a little fun. I don't know what I'll do. But then tomorrow night we'll have our regular live. But I want to check that going on my laptop straight through YouTube and see how that works. So we can get
Okay.
these people back in here. Anyway, have a good night. Good night,
All right.
everybody.
Good night.